Bobby Ray. Ba 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 Bobby Ray. Ba 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 Bobby Ray. Ba 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 Bobby Ray. You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Bobby Ray. Ba ba. The Bobby Ray Show, everybody.
Hey, welcome to the Bobby Ray Show, back here in Dallas, Texas. Normally, I would be introducing my co-host, Josh Hart, but Josh is right outside here in the lobby greeting our guest who just arrived, and we have a special treat for you today. Our international rock star, Ted Nugent, will be with us, and his wife, Shemane Nugent, who is also an international star in the physical fitness business. So we will have both of them here in just a few minutes. So we're going to take a short break while we get them on board here. Thank you.
Bobby Ray. Ba 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 Bobby Ray. Ba 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 Bobby Ray. Ba 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 Bobby Ray. You got me rocking and a rolling, rocking and a reeling, Bobby Ray. Ba ba. The Bobby Ray Show, everybody.
That was hot. That was popular.
Hey, welcome back to the Bobby Ray Show. And wow, what guest we have today. We've got the ultimate power couple here. I'm telling you, famous, successful, all in their own right. And we're going to talk a little bit about your success and what you're doing now, and you've got a lot of good stuff. I'm going to pick on her first.
I would.
Did. I know. I mean, she's
For
a lot
many
better.
Years now.
She's a lot better looking, first
Have
of all.
you noticed that,
Yeah,
Bob?
I did notice that.
That means this show is worthwhile now. Because
yes.
The queen of the forest is in the house.
And it's Shemane.
Shemane, like champagne.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
like
there
champagne.
you go.
And it comes from the movie El Cid with Sophia Loren and Charlton Heston.
Great movie.
Well, did you have trouble with that growing up? Was that?
Yes, I did.
I thought you would.
Yes, I did.
They called you Shelley, right?
Yeah, they called me Shelley. My brother couldn't pronounce it. You know what? I figure it's better than,
But
no,
Bob, does this look like a Shemane or what?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Beautiful name.
Well, look at champagne. What is
Yes,
champagne?
indeed.
I mean, there you go. Wow. Well, look, I know you stepping back a few years, got your degree in radio and TV.
I did. A lot of years.
You want to sit here? You can sit here.
I started out in TV and film editing when we used to tape the film strips together. That's how long ago.
They don't do that anymore?
No.
No, okay.
No, they don't. No, so a long time ago, 1980, I got my first start in radio and in fitness. So
yeah, we're going to talk about fitness, and you got your degree in radio and
radio, TV, and film.
And then you got a master's in metaphysics. Now, I know you probably know all about that. You probably
I do.
Yeah,
I'm the master of metaphysics.
Yeah, I thought you would be, but can you? What is that? What is metaphysics?
So the reason I got interested, I got the degree because I thought I'm going to try and figure this out for myself. Because honestly, as the years went by, I started getting debilitating migraines that we found out were from toxic mold in our home.
Right.
But dozens of doctors just said, oh, it's all in your head, you're too stressed out. Who isn't?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to understand the mind-body connection, and that's really why I got that degree. I didn't have any designs of doing anything with it.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
But I thought, if I'm going to do all this studying, I might as well get a degree out of the deal.
Wow.
And that's how because when somebody says something to you or does something to you that you're angry about or hurt about, you have a physiological expression in your body tenses up. So I thought that that's what was causing my migraines, but it wasn't. It was toxic mold between the walls of our home that was once on MTV Cribs.
Oh, wow. And you're now building a new home. You told me a while ago.
Yep, a new healthy home,
good,
green home.
all green, good.
No VOC paint. All of anything that we have to use, like we're not using carpeting, we're not, if we have to, we have a wood floor,
hardwood, yeah.
And it's literally the polish on it, the finish on it is something that you could eat. So it's all food grade
I'll
stuff.
have to shoot one of those.
Yes.
And we can eat it.
Wow. Okay. Well, that explains metaphysics.
Yeah.
But in your career is unbelievable. I mean, you've written 4 or 5 books, best-selling author, and you've been on TV. You've produced your own show, or produced and been on a lot of
Ted and I
shows.
produce the Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild show.
Okay.
That is an outdoor show that talks about the spirit of the wild, the spirit of the connection that we have with Mother Nature.
You talk about metaphysics, you know,
Yeah.
our hunting outdoor conservation lifestyle really is the epitome of the physics of spirituality. It's the Aboriginal lifestyle of facing your food on the hoof and harvesting it for the healthiest, most nutritious, and delicious diet in the world. And we like to put that organic, you know, conservation, environmentalism responsibility to work in our new house and in our different charity work. But mostly, it's a lifestyle of self-sufficiency and living off the land, down to earth, grounded, you know, killing your own food and handling it yourself so you know exactly what's going in your sacred temple.
And you pretty much do. You've got your
We
own
do.
farm or ranch.
Sure, you bet.
And you pretty much do
We're
that.
pretty
Live on the wild.
self-sufficient.
Yeah, we only eat venison. I want to know where my food comes from. And Shemane's always been deep into the organic vegetables and fruits, and I think it's a wiser choice to get the chemicals and the preservatives out of your lifestyle. But as a guy raised in the woods of Michigan, you know, from 1948, I've always been a hunter, a fisherman, and a trapper. So I understand about renewability and self-sufficiency of being a resource steward, making sure that the wildlife habitat is in optimum productivity. I mean, all of our air, soil, and water comes from wildlife habitat, so the money that hunting and fishing and trapping families spend to safeguard that habitat, to keep the canary in the coal mine, basically wildlife health is a direct indicator to the health of our environment. So we've been aware of that. Our new house will reflect that, and our Spirit of the Wild show celebrates that.
Wow. We need more of that, don't we?
Yes.
And there's a lot of it out there, but we could use a lot more.
Could use a lot more. Well, I think you're helping that with your outreach and all that you're doing there.
It's about promoting it. Public relations, PR, is the most important step forward in the future, getting more and more families to be environmentally responsible. For example, these dangerous guitar fingers have planted tens of thousands of trees. All since 1969, 1970, the Nugent family, we plant trees every spring. I literally, Bob, I hunt in a forest in Michigan that used to be hayfields. And literally, it's a forest that I planted.
Wow.
My kids and I planted. It's a sense of putting back more than you take. And that, I think that's the mantra of the hunting families of this country. I'm very proud of that.
Well, thank you for all you're doing, both of you, with that. We need a lot more. We need
And
a
it
lot
really
more,
is
but
good
it's
for
starting to
everybody.
get.
And it keeps you healthy, even at 71.
There you go.
Plant trees.
And you know, in his industry, in the rock and roll industry, a lot of his fellow musicians have not had something that has grounded them like hunting and the hunting lifestyle has. And I honestly think it's probably saved his life.
You know, Bob, I'm the most dangerous rock and roller there is. I thought I'd mention that. And I had the greatest tour of my life in 2019. I promise. In fact, my 2020 tour is called Ted Nugent, the greatest tour of my life. And the reason I'm cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock Doc is because I've been clean and sober for 71 years.
Oh my God.
No drugs, no alcohol, no tobacco. Well, we have a little red wine, which is better for you than a soda drink.
There you go.
And when I shoot my machine guns, I've been known to chew on a cigar, but I don't actually smoke them. So clean and sober, what's plan B? I just don't understand the intentional poisoning of this gift of life. So I've been a bit out of the ordinary in the world of rock and roll, and I've tried to promote that as much as I can. And I've changed a lot of those guys' lives out there to get them off the poison. And I have a charity called the Ted Nugent Camp for Kids. And the battle cry of our charity is that the American dream is only really in its ultimate form if you're clean and sober. I really believe, and nobody gets crazier than I do. Nobody has more fun than I do. I defy you to find somebody that has more fun than I do. But I do it sober. I do it alive, taking good care of myself. The energy comes from a clean and sober lifestyle.
And you know, those are the three things that attracted me to him 31 years ago.
What were the other
today?
things?
Yeah, what?
So clean and sober and fun.
There you go.
I didn't. I
Yes.
never met. I never met a guy that didn't drink or smoke.
Yeah.
And everything he said, most of everything was fun, and it was he's very passionate about life and about things. So, yeah, that.
Did you fall in love with
I
me?
did. 31 years
ago.
ago.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to talk about that
Okay.
in a minute.
Did we just harmonize that?
Yeah. But you were kind of depressed when you came in today because
Yeah, I was
deer
really
season.
down.
Well, deer season,
Oh, yeah.
ended,
Well, there,
you know.
except my deer season continues
Oh, you're
here
still-
in Texas.
I see. Yeah, okay.
I celebrate the Texas deer season with the Managed Land Deer Permit Program.
Yeah.
We go all the way to March 1st. Hallelujah for the venison flowage.
Okay. Now I'm going back to her.
I would.
Yeah, okay. But so you've done all that, but your real passion, I think, is working out and helping other people become physically fit
She does a great
and
job.
mentally fit. And you've got a Zumba. Did I say that right?
You
Not
said it right.
Zumba.
No,
it's
Zumba. I teach.
program for
Yep.
10, 12 years or
Yep.
whatever. So tell me about that. What is that?
My passion stems from losing my health. And when you lose your health and you're lucky enough to get it back, boy, there's not a day that goes by that I don't thank God for my health.
Yes, yes,
And
you're
when
right.
I see other people who are struggling with their health, I want to help them.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps me. I'm a 2 on the Enneagram scale, if you ever know what that is. But I'm a helper. I love to do it. It fuels my fire. And when I can help somebody lose weight and feel great about their lives and transform their lives, it really makes me happy. So when I see my students, I'm teaching a class and we're sweating, but we're smiling
Yeah,
because we're having so
fun.
much fun.
That's the physics
And you
of
can see
spirituality.
results.
Yeah.
That's
you
awesome.
can see results.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And she changes people's lives.
Yeah, I
Really
believe it.
does, yeah.
So is it work for everybody? I mean, can
Oh,
anybody?
it's a blast. Anybody can do
anybody
it.
can
Yeah.
do it.
You want to try?
Don't hurt him.
Well,
Don't hurt him.
Well, I don't know.
Have
what,
you ever
what,
really tried? You never really tried Zumba.
Well,
we
I
get-
dance on
Kinda.
stage.
He
I
does.
dance on
He
stage.
dances on stage.
I don't
She's
know.
the
What would I
greatest
have to
dancer.
do? I can.
Just
It's about getting
Dance.
out there and letting her rip,
All right, let's.
Bob,
All
let
right.
her rip.
You right
Can we
now?
try it?
Yeah.
You wanna
Okay.
try it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm game.
Let's
I
move
don't
the
know.
table.
No. Well, if
have you
that's the
ever
way
danced?
it works.
Do you ever
well,
dance? Okay.
Yeah.
Like what kind of dance do you like?
I don't know.
You don't know what it's called, probably.
That's
huh?
probably right. Yes. Yes.
So, okay, we can start by, can you do this? Can you step?
Step.
And touch together.
Yep.
Step.
And I saw your one video. You're big into posture too. Gotta
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that too. You know.
Oh, we got some music
Yes.
coming
Now
up.
we go. All right.
I
how's
gotta
it-
hear it.
So I'm gonna lose what 10 pounds doing this today?
So this is
Yeah.
to the beat of this music. Step,
don't have a good
touch,
beat.
step. We can actually step, clap, step, clap,
what-
step, clap. So what I tell my students, do it without the hands first. There you go. So you only focus on the feet,
All right.
and you got that down.
Hey.
You got it down.
This looks like
Now,
the
how about some hip
cowboy
action?
cheerleaders or
How about
something.
some
you know?
hips?
Now then we're talking. How does that work? Hey. No, we just.
There you go.
Just that's it.
That's it.
Just get them
Side
going.
to side.
Hey,
Yep.
I can do this.
Now, if we can get Ted up here. Well, you did great.
Hey.
High five.
Hey.
High five.
Well, I mean that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's easy.
So obviously you just keep taking it a step.
So every song
more
is
and-
different. I teach rock and roll. I teach salsa, samba, cumbia, merengue, bhangra, all different genres of music.
Wow.
And that's what's fun about it. Every song is completely different.
Different.
We could be doing bhangra, yeah. We could be doing belly dance. You could be
Oh.
I could do hip hop.
I need to get Phyllis
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
We can do anything. Salsa,
So
samba.
what about this is not yoga though.
No, it's
No.
not yoga.
Okay. All right. See, I don't know.
This is not yoga.
I've heard of hot yoga and all
Hot
that.
yoga
That doesn't.
would be more like stationary poses,
Okay.
where you do a lot of stretching, and it's awesome for the body.
Okay.
Awesome. I mean, at our age,
Yep.
we're probably close
Careful
to
now.
age. Yeah. At our age, the older we get, the more we lose our flexibility
Yes.
and our muscle strength.
Yep.
So any physical fitness activity is good.
Good.
Yoga,
I like it.
Zumba, belly
Okay.
dancing. I know you're fond of that, right?
Yes.
No.
Yes. I'm gonna get Phyllis hooked up with you.
Good.
when I have a guitar on, I can dance like an animal.
He does
I
dance,
promise.
and he, at 71, it's amazing because I see what he does on stage, and I think, just be careful and cool
Yep.
it and
Well, my last
slow
record,
down.
my last record was called "The Music Made Me Do It," and the music really does make me do it.
Does make you
it's
do it.
out of body. It's like you ascend to the heavens every time I play my songs. I love that stuff.
I love it. I may have to look this up. So, okay, and you've done it all over the world,
All over
pretty
the
much.
world. I trained Zumba instructors in
Unbelievable.
Australia, Paris, London, probably
And they
every
love her.
state.
Wow, yeah.
And I had a blast.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, it came at a time right after I got sick and lost my health. Spent about a year trying to recover and do alternative therapies, not take medication and cover the problem.
Yeah,
I basically
yeah.
had to detoxify my body because both of us had 4 different types of mold in our bloodstream.
Oh my God.
So once Zumba came along and I felt good again, I thought, I can't not do this.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to do it.
All right. One more question.
Okay.
What's it like being married to a rock star?
Well,
How does
I
that-
don't.
how
You
does
know,
that
I never
go?
set out to. I never set out to be married to a rock star.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
But you
He
ended
knows
up
this.
being.
I didn't even know his music when I met him.
Oh,
I didn't know any of his music. And again, what attracted me to him the most is that he didn't drink and smoke,
Yeah.
and he was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So the music was kind of like. That really didn't matter because at the end of the day, you have to spend a lot of time together. You have to do chores together.
Yeah.
He does
I'm the
laundry.
master of chores,
He's the
Bob.
master of chores.
Wow.
Well,
I can out-chore
you have a lot
anybody.
of you have a lot of help. You and the dog.
My dogs and I do the chores every day.
Yeah. So it's it's amazing because it's 31 years.
Yes,
That's a long time.
that's a long time.
And we have a lot in common. And there are
congratulations.
some things that we don't have in common.
Sure.
I mean,
And that's probably what
he
keeps
probably
you
won't be
healthy.
the
Love the shoes.
GQ Man of the Year.
But you can't shovel the dog kennels in
That's a
those.
little
I have.
tougher.
I
They
actually
high
have
heels,
shoveled
you know.
dog kennels. But you know what? I think it's important to be an individual,
Sure.
but come together and work through the tough stuff.
Yep.
And at 31 years, I mean, we made it through all that. So
She hasn't killed me yet, Bob.
Yet. Well,
Oh, that's
so
hallelujah.
when you met, was it love at first sight?
Well, I swore off women for the hunting season 1988.
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to go hunting. I came back from a European tour, and
Yeah,
I was just going to go hunt.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Chill
do a
out.
radio show in Detroit every fall to kind of prep everybody for a fun hunting season. And so when I went down to the radio station, they warned me. There's this weather gal that does the traffic.
News, yeah.
News
News
gal,
gal.
news, weather. And I said, well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I
whatever.
love pretty girls, but I'm going hunting this fall. And I walked in and saw her. I went, damn it. She's just so beautiful. And then she was so cocky. She's from Detroit, and she's such a smart ass. And we had a good time.
you love that.
And we got a banter going, and one thing led to the other. 2 months later, we got married.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
We
What
met.
quick
We met October
Wow.
3rd, 1988. Our first date was November 7th, 1988.
Wow, she
and
remembers all this,
we
Bob.
got
You're the one that needs to remember.
Yes. Well, yesterday. No. What's today?
Today's
Tuesday?
it's
So
our
yesterday,
anniversary.
I said, "Do you know what tomorrow is?" He goes, "Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, January.
Going to see Bobby Ray.
It's our anniversary."
That's great.
So-
That's what we heard.
You forgot a little bit.
Yeah.
I did good.
You did
good.
good. Yeah. So did he have the long hair then? Was
He
all
did.
I had the
long?
greatest hair in
You-
the world.
Yeah.
Man. It was awesome.
And you still liked it.
Well, I cut
she's-
off my hair because it got tangled when I dragged my deer out of the swamp.
Yeah, that's not
and
good.
you ask about a rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to travel and it's pretty intense. The adrenaline of making that music, especially my songs with my band. I got the best band in the world.
Yeah.
So that brings a lot of fun and excitement and adventure. But a marriage and a relationship can only last if you have integrity in the relationship. Again, I use the term down to earth, grounded. We live a simple life. When we get some cush, we take advantage of it. But we live on a little ranch in Texas. We had a little farm in Michigan, and I cut my own firewood and plant my own trees and gut my own deer and butcher my own animals. And I like to stay self-sufficient.
Yeah,
And I think she, as a Detroit girl, it was something a little bit different than the modern service age would indicate. especially a rock star. Maybe I had people who took care of me. And I liked her independence, and I think that independence was shared.
Yeah.
And I think that's how a relationship will last. If there's something, especially we have a wonderful son, Rocco, and the dogs. So it's the simple things, and the more you go through life, you realize it's the simple things that always matter.
So when you got married, I know there's an old saying that when we got married, it's don't ever go to sleep mad.
Amen to that.
Yeah, did y'all? I mean,
No.
no.
No,
Well-
I'll be honest.
Well,
I will disagree with that, and I'll tell you why.
All right.
I think there are times when you need to relax and not react in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you can force a conversation, or you can relax, think about it, because each person in an argument, there's a role that you play. And I realized that I used to be, well, I still am a little bit of a people pleaser, and he would ask me, where do you want to go eat? And I would say, I don't care. and then I would be mad that he didn't take me to the restaurant that I wanted to go
She's
to.
such a woman.
Yeah.
But then I realized he's not a mind reader. I have to actually tell him where I want to go. So, I've grown a lot
can
in
relate to
the
that.
relationship.
But I'll ask Phil. That's okay. Where do you want to go eat? I don't care. Okay, we'll go to wherever. No,
How do these shoes look?
I don't
How
want
do
to
they
go
look
there.
great? How about these? They both look great. We got to pick one.
Yeah. Well, so we tried that, not going to bed,
Yeah.
And we did pretty good at it. I mean, there was a few times when we were up for 3 or 4 days.
Well, Bob,
but
let me
we
make an admission
tried it.
on your show here.
Uh-oh.
I'm a bit uppity.
Yes.
I'm really a passionate, excitable guy.
Yes.
So my nerve endings are rather susceptible to the most minutia of stimuli.
Yes.
So I am a political guy.
Yes.
I work close with the military and law enforcement.
Right.
I think we have a dangerous time in that community these days.
Yeah.
So I get passionate and angry at things that shouldn't be in this world.
Yeah.
And she has an incredible calming effect. We talk about the physics
good.
of spirituality. Sometimes I get really physical, and she brings back the spirituality.
You mean like driving up here?
Even coming here, the goofballs in the left lane. By the way, Texas, it says the left lane is for passing only. Can you read?
No.
So I get a bit uppity,
Yeah.
and she has an incredible calming effect on me.
See there?
Yeah.
Well, all right. We're going to shift to him a minute.
Okay.
I mean, you've had an unbelievable career. I mean, you've written 5 books.
Yeah.
4 or 5. You had a New York
Times
bestseller.
3 of them New York Times bestseller.
I mean,
and I'm just a guitar player.
You're just an old guitar player, and you've been on you've been in movies, you've been in TV shows, and been on a lot of talk shows. I think you had your own radio show.
I played bass for Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley.
Did you really? Wow. Okay. But so all of that, a lot of people, that would be a career in itself. I mean, really, you think about it, writing best-selling novel, all that, but yet you threw in a little music, like you sold over 40 million in albums, and you've done over 6,500 concerts.
That's not
Every
a
one
little
of them
music, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I would be facetious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she had a lot to do with that. But how do you handle that? I mean, how does that?
Well, I think I can best explain the celebration of all that you just said. I mean, they're all mile markers in the road of life, and there's some spectacular ones, but I've always been surrounded by incredible team players. My musicians, I've been surrounded by the greatest, most work ethic, Herculean musicians you could ever dream to collaborate with.
Yeah.
If you look at all my recordings, my drums and bass and my fellow vocalists and guitar players are the best that ever lived.
Yeah.
But it's about balance, and again, I celebrate that I'm a hunter, an outdoorsman, and there's a colloquialism, the healing powers of nature. And my energy, even at 71, is off the charts, again, because I've been clean and sober and I'm in good shape. Venison has been my diet. I've avoided processed and the chemically infused diet of so many of my fellow Americans.
Yes.
But The name of my last record was The Music Made Me Do It. When you were born in Detroit in 1948, it was the
Yikes.
arsenal of democracy.
Yeah.
We built the tanks and the guns that beat the evil Japanese Empire and the evil Nazis. And that atmosphere was so buoyant. It was so positive. My dad taught us that only being the best that you can be and be the most productive asset to your family was the only way to go through life.
Need more of that, don't we?
Boy, oh boy, and you meet our
Yeah.
family, my brothers and my sister, my sons and daughters and grandchildren, everybody in my band, my crew, everybody we work with, they have that American drive work ethic. So even though my name's on the record and my name's on the marquee, it really is Linda and Doug and the band and the crew and my sons and my daughters and Shemane.
Sure.
There's a teamwork that is essential for any celebration of success, no matter what level of success that might be. It's about appreciating the people you're surrounded with.
Right.
So in 2020, I'm going to go on the road with the greatest band, the greatest crew, the greatest audiences. So how do you not count that as just an unbelievable American dream success? It's about teamwork.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a legend, and
Well, I'm a
thank you for all.
dangerous guitar
That's
player.
okay. No, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Because, like I say, you're having fun.
I'm having
and
fun.
Isn't that great?
The music made me do it. Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and Little Richard and Motown and James Brown, they're godfathers of the greatest soundtrack in the history of the world, and we still dwell on that.
Yeah.
So how can you miss with that?
What music do you listen to?
I like my new songs. I'm
There
always
you
making
go.
new
Now,
songs.
all right, I wouldn't expect it.
I have to escape the music.
Yeah.
Because the music's so intense, and a lot of my so-called peers went to drugs and alcohol to escape that.
Yeah.
And they either died or their lives are less than what it could have been.
Yeah.
So I go out with the dogs, but I come back in, and my favorite music is the new songs when I pick up that Gibson Birdland guitar and crank the amplifier in the living room and just unleash these grinding primal rhythms and fun extensions of what Chuck and Bo and Little Richard and James Brown taught me. And to this day, my favorite music is the next thing that happens on that guitar.
Yeah,
and I still hearken back to Wilson Pickett and Little Richard.
Yeah.
The inventors
roll.
of this.
Yeah.
It's still the best of the best.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned you started when you were 6 or 8.
Yeah,
or,
I started beating on the guitar. In fact, we just, at my brother's memorial recently, I lost my brother John.
Oh.
And we all gathered together, and I had some cousins who go, remember back in the 50s when you would pound on that guitar for the family and they'd throw pennies at you?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was like
yeah.
7 or 8 years old. But watching Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and the Ventures, and ultimately Elvis Presley on the Ed Sullivan Show, there was an electricity.
Yeah.
That
music
inspired you?
Oh my goodness! I don't care if you talk to Steven Tyler or Billy Joel. No matter who you talk to, they will mention watching Elvis on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Half of it.
There was a primal eruption of that grind and groove and soulfulness of the black musical authority that Elvis latched onto.
Yeah,
The
that's where
British
he got it.
invasion was based on black American musicians.
Right.
Did you try and play, did you try and emulate them?
Well,
or
yeah.
did it inspire you to create your own things?
You were so young that you had no ideas of your own. So you were influenced by the people who already took this new electric guitar that Les Paul had invented. It was so unprecedented.
Yeah.
My parents were listening to Lawrence Welk, and somebody had to escape that.
Yes, hello, Liberace.
And that was awesome stuff.
Yeah, for them.
It was very musical and very inspiring in its own way, but all of a sudden, Little Richard is screaming and jumping on the piano, and the groove, the rhythm. My goodness, it was like animal music. So it was very inspiring, and you had no one else to reference, so you did emulate those original black artists, and we still do to this day.
I mean, you're infectious. I'm getting all excited.
It is
here.
exciting.
It is.
It
I
is
mean, you
exciting.
know, here I kind of got this dull gig here, you know, and it's.
I can help you, Bob.
Well, I'm thinking here.
I can help you, Bob.
Maybe I could do this. I mean, maybe I
not.
could be a rock star.
Maybe
well, maybe not. I
Well, you
mean,
don't want to be a rock star. What you
Yeah.
want
No,
to be.
what do I wanna
and,
be?
You know, I never wanted to be a rock star, and I still don't, and I'm not. I
Well, you
consider
are, but
myself
that's all right.
a musician.
Yeah, I
And
understand.
if you watch the greatest artists, and I was just with Sammy Hagar, and I communicate with Steven Tyler, and you watch the greatest artists, they never wanted to be stars. They never wanted to be rock stars. They
Right.
wanted to play the music.
Yeah.
The music
was their
made
outlet.
the best
Yeah.
guys do it. So to be a rock star, I suppose you could dress up and you could
Well, you
do
gotta have
those-
all the. I mean, it all gotta
if
have
you
the
want
package,
to, Bob,
right?
you could do that.
Huh?
But I've
And
worked-
Or you could not wear much and just a loincloth
Well,
and then
yeah,
swing over
speaking
the.
of,
You could
yes.
also
I
do
actually
that.
rode a buffalo
How
on stage,
often
Bob.
he did that on stage,
He
right?
did that,
Yes,
and I was there, and we were at the House of Blues in Chicago.
That's funny.
And there's a big, huge elevator. We're like, the stage is on the 3rd floor, and we're like, how do we get the buffalo up to the 3rd floor? So we thought we'll put him in the
We're
elevator.
downtown Chicago.
Ted and I,
loading a buffalo
roll
on
a
the-
buffalo.
on the elevator.
Ted and I, and the trainer, the buffalo trainer, and our son Rocco. We all ride up the elevator with the buffalo, and I'm thinking, how dumb was that?
And the
Hello.
buffalo was so big that he had to turn his head to fit in the elevator. And I'm sitting here and we're swapping spit, going up to the
Oh,
stage.
my
Talking
gosh.
about the physics of spirituality.
Yes.
So it was a moving time. I've hunted buffalo with the Native Americans. I've eaten the sacred flesh of a magnificent bison, and I rode him on stage. I'm the only guy in the history of rock and roll that shot his own stage clothes and ate his own props.
Wow. Well, this is encouraging. I mean, I'm getting encouraged here.
We'll get you a loincloth and a buffalo.
Well, no, not that part, but just the other. I mean, she showed me about Zumba.
Zumba. It's all right.
And maybe you show me a couple of moves. Maybe I could get
I
kind
can.
of.
Well, you know, if
I
you
mean,
stand,
really.
stand up
What?
temporarily.
Well, wait. I get my. I
gotta-
wore oh, wait. Look here.
All right,
look
little
here.
leather. Now, is this
Look at-
buffalo hide? It
I
might
don't
be.
know what this is.
Oh, look at that.
All right, now I'm gonna. You have to imagine the music.
Wait, I need a hat. I mean, I need a
I
hat.
could loan you my sheriff's hat.
Here, now he's got one here. Look at here. I mean, don't you have to have a hat?
Now you're looking a little
No,
bit
you
more
don't
country
have
than
to.
rock. But here you have to think music. Think Little Richard screaming, which
Richard,
means you
yes.
spread your legs a little bit.
All right.
And if you got an air guitar, grab that guitar with your left hand.
I'm left-handed.
Grab it with your right hand. You
Yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Paul McCartney was left-handed.
He was? Okay.
And
Hey.
you grab that like you mean it, and then you let it rip.
Go. So it's just. I mean, what about the moves? I
Get
got her
them
moves.
hips going, brother.
Hey.
Get them hips going like that.
Hey.
Come on.
Have we got any music to go with
Something
this?
pretty damn sexy about
Yeah.
good rock and roll.
Hey, Matt, we got any music?
Oh,
You got any rock
I
and
need
roll
some music. No?
no.
And a mic?
You have to hum a few bars.
I can do this.
You can do this, Bob.
I mean, this is.
Spread them legs a little
When's
bit more.
your next concert?
You want
I
to
can
lean
open.
into it.
You could open for
Yeah,
him?
well, I
okay.
mean, you know, you got to lean into it.
Lean into it and play it like you mean
Oh, they're
it.
playing music in the background. I can hear it a little bit.
Is there music?
I think so.
Uh-oh.
Or is that the traffic outside?
Well.
One of the two.
Technician.
That's all right.
Let's see that mic there. Hand me that mic there. I got to have
Give
a
him
mic.
that mic. Give him
right
another
there.
prop.
We've got the Barney theme song, but I don't.
Ah,
Behind. Here you go.
It might be appropriate for Bob.
Right there.
Bob will
Right there.
survive that.
Isn't that it?
That's a makeup brush.
Ah, from here it looked
We
like a
think
mic.
we're
Never
that
mind.
bad, Bob. Don't worry about it.
Matt or Josh, I don't know.
That's
Let's-
It's all about attitude, Bob.
It is. It
Attitude
is.
and spirit.
I can get
sexy.
this.
Think
Sexy.
animal sexiness.
All right, what was that move you had me?
Shake it, Bob.
What was that? Was that it?
No, you're Zumbaing
Oh,
now.
the
Well, I'm
Zumba.
trying. Don't
well,
that
you
go
can
along
just do
with
your
it?
hips. Just do your hips.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ah. I can't do a guitar in the mic. I'd have a mic. Okay, I got it. Whoa.
Bob, I think you've got terminal Caucasianitis.
That's probably it. My wife
Yeah.
tells me I have no rhythm, and so maybe that's the
That's
problem.
cute.
Well, okay, then never mind. Maybe I'll just stay with what I got, I guess.
You're doing
know.
a fine job.
Yeah,
But you're feeling the energy that I'm talking
I do.
about. And
Yes,
when you play
yes.
that kind of music, it literally, I keep using the term out of body. When you really plunge in to killer American rhythm and blues and rock and roll, it's like Jimi Hendrix said, there ain't no life nowhere. You're literally on your own plane. You're out of body. It's a magic feeling, and I get it every night with Jason Hartless on drums and Greg Smith on bass. It's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true. Every song, every concert.
All right, I want one last thing. I want you to tell one story that I heard about your performance in Kansas City.
That was a good one.
And it had a little volume issue.
Well, I think what happened, we were at a big outdoor concert. I think it was 77.
Okay.
And we had REO Speedwagon and Mahogany Rush, and I think the original Journey was on stage, and some Detroit musicians were there, and I had so many amplifiers. I had 8 Fender Twins, all floored, and a pigeon flew in front of my amps and disintegrated. And we literally got calls from farmers 15, 20 miles away that I think their dairy cows, the fat content had increased.
Yeah. We won't go there, but yes, I get the vision. Oh, wow.
I've had no fun at all, Bob, believe me.
Yes, it was cranked up.
It was
you
great.
were
And
going.
to this day, you know, I have a hearing aid in. Without my miracle there, I wouldn't be able to have a conversation. But we have the volume down to a safer level now, but out in the audience, out of the PA system, it still is a chest pounder.
Yeah,
It's powerful, powerful stuff.
Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough for being on the show. This has
thank
been
you.
great. And it's your anniversary.
Yes.
31 years.
31 special years. There we go. Oh, no, I can't do that. Yeah. Hey,
What are you doing?
Yeah. That is awesome. And we have a little something for you
No.
for anniversary.
Get
Yes, a little
Oh my
And
God.
it's
a
our
little
pictures on
cake
there.
with
Look
your
at that.
looky there.
Look at that. It even has
And-
our picture on it.
Yes.
That's
Well, we have a
awesome.
couple of more pictures, I believe, don't we? Well, you'll roll them through?
Oh.
Okay,
This is
yes.
nice.
Of,
Is it a real cake?
It's real frosting.
Good.
yes, that is a real cake. And
I love frosting.
we will,
Is there a batter bowl I can lick?
yeah,
He loves.
we'll,
Yeah, he loves
we'll
the
cut
batter.
it in a minute.
Oh, that's great.
Well,
Thank you
and
so
celebrate.
much.
Thank you all for being here. This
Thank
was
you so
fun.
much.
All right,
Appreciate it.
I gotta see when your next lesson is.
All
I mean,
right.
so and I'll get. When do you open? I'll get back with you
We're
too.
playing
Maybe-
Billy Bob's this summer. You got to come to Billy
Okay,
Bob's.
I'll be at
and
Billy
witness
Bob's.
this.
I got a lot to do.
You got a lot.
Thank you all. All right, that's it. Thank everybody for being here, and we'll see you next time.